3, 2, 1.
Oi! Hello folks, good morning! My name is Angel Arrow and I'm going to be your host for the next I don't know how long, and I'm going to show you or play the game Tank Mechanic Simulator once again. I'm multi-streaming, so I'm streaming on the official store page of the game, but I'm also streaming on my own YouTube channel, for which you can find the link down below there in the lower left corner. So you can choose, or you interact in the Steam chat, or you interact in my YouTube chat. Anyways, you find me on both platforms. Alright, today we are going to have a look a little bit at the Steam achievements. Although there is still something wrong with the Steam achievements. I talked about it with the developer this morning a little bit. They still have to look into the code and trying to figure out what is going on. Probably it has to do something with the Steam API, but nothing is set in stone. They are concentrating or focusing on other stuff right now. So, yeah, we will see. We will see. Hello there, Leroy stuff. Leroy, good morning, buddy. Hello, 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 hello. So, yeah, it looks like I caught a cold yesterday for some reason. So, I'm sniffing my nose a little bit today. Alright, first things first, let's have a look at my Steam achievements in Steam, which is shown right here, and I have unlocked 39 out of 54. That's 72%, but actually I've unlocked them all except for one, if I'm not mistaken. So there are a lot of achievements already unlocked for me. Rookie Mechanic, Advanced Mechanic, Expert Mechanic, Don't Panic, Rookie Renovator, Advanced Renovator, Rookie Digger, Advanced Digger, blah 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 blah. A whole bunch of achievements that I've already unlocked. You're fully renovated. I've renovated all the tanks already, so they should be all in here, but they are not. As you can see, renovate. I still would have to renovate a Panzer 3J. I don't know why this is not unlocked. I did every tank already, and you're fully renovated a Panzer 4G. That is not unlocked, but I did renovate one already. But alright, we are going to try to find today a Panzer 3J and a Panzer 4G. I'm going to write those down so that I don't forget. A PZ3J and a PZ4G. Those are the two tanks we are going to look for today. And then see if these get unlocked, yes or no. And then all the others are like, they are quoted or notated as 50 on 50. You finished your 50th contract. I definitely did 50 contracts already. That I'm 100% certain of. So 50-50, it's bad. You failed your 10th contract, 10 out of 10. You failed your 25th contract. I don't know if this is... Look, it says 50-50, 25-25, 10-10, 50-50. But I don't know if these have to be unlocked for me, because you failed your 50th contract. I never failed a contract. I never failed a contract. Although I did on purpose get contracts, but I clicked them away. But that is probably not failing a contract. Failing a contract is probably when you get the contract, you take the contract, you start working on the tank, and then you finish it and you give it back to the client, but the tank wasn't the report didn't reach the percentage of of how far you have to renovate or repair the tank. So you didn't meet that percentage the client asked for, and that is probably the failing contract. If you give the tank back to the client and you didn't reach that amount of that percentage. Alright, let's see. So I don't like to do that, but unfortunately there are achievements which you can only unlock by failing contracts. So let's just do that. Failing contracts, and let's have a look at, or let's keep an eye open for the Panzer 3J and the Panzer 4G. Let's go. Right now I have a KV1 here, but that's a brand new one. I bought this one brand new. Why? Because I have the money, and secondly I wanted to check what you have to pay for a new tank and what you get in return if you sell it. And I'm telling you, don't do that. I bought the tank for more than $100,000 and I can now sell it for only half. Yay. So we are going to sell it because it's standing in my way. This one is not what I'm looking for to renovate, and it's also not a contract, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have active contracts open, no. Let's see, repair contract offer, the M10 Wolverine, accept order. The M10 Wolverine is now going to be in my workshop. There we go. If you go to the organizer, we can now see that the client asks me to the tank requires 37% of its parts, no, 80% of its parts and 37% repairs. So I'm going to give away a tank that is absolutely not finished, but this time I'm going to give away a tank that is not finished at all. So, oh my goodness, where did they get this wreckage? Oh my god! This tank even has less parts than if I would take it from my scrapyard. Wow. By the way, if you guys have any questions, please ask them in the Steam chat or in the YouTube chat, whatever you choose. I will try to ask or to answer your questions as good as possible, and if I can't answer them, then I keep track of them, I write them down, and I ask the developers if it's a complicated thing, or if other community members are watching and they know the answer after I didn't know it, then please put it in chat, help each other out. Alright, tank destroyer. One of the few types of tank destroyer with an actual rotating turret. The M10 Wolverine. And actually I already accepted the contract because the tank is standing here. So if I now just do nothing, go to the organizer and finish the order, if you end this contract now, you will have to pay a fine. Do you wish to proceed? $5,400 for not... Okay. So this is one failed contract. Let's take the other one, the KV1, accept order. In the meanwhile, I'm going to have a look if... Yeah, you see it's probably going to reload this page. Can I refresh from here? Reload. You failed your 10th contract. I never failed the contract. So, and now I did fail one. I refreshed the page, but still this all stays the same. 10 out of 10, 25 out of 25, 50 out of 50. It's weird. I definitely renovated more than 25 tanks. So why I didn't get this one, I have no clue. But there is something. Normally when I failed one contract, so normally it would say here 1 out of 10, 1 out of 25, 1 out of 50. Instead, it's doing nothing. Maybe it takes a while to refresh, so I'm going to refresh the page again. But I don't think that anything is going to change here. Okay, back to the game. Let's not focus on that. Organizers. Blah blah blah. And finish order. Yeah. Whoa! $28,500 fine. What the hell, mate? Accept the order. If there were any statistics in this game, then right now I'm bringing them all down. A Tiger 1 out of H1, so a Tiger 1. Renovation. And what do you want me to do? The tank repairs completion is 11% and they wanted at least 82%, which is almost a done tank. We can as well just go for the 100% here, although that is not necessary, by the way. And required assembly, the tank has enough parts, so it's just repairing. But we're going to finish the order, and that is going to cost me 27,000. Okay, V1 again. What do we need to do? Well, let's work on that one. AKV1, here it is. First things first, right? We are going to put the turret on the turret stand and the engine on the engine stand. This is something I always do as first. No! No. Yes! And then I work on the engine first. You don't hear the sound of the game that much. I've seriously turned that down. I would have to turn it up just to see if the developers already fixed this bug. I'm going to put it up a little bit. It is on 81% and I almost don't hear it. Wow. Apply. No, they didn't fix that bug yet. So as you can see, when I don't have a tool in my hands and I walk around, you hear the footsteps, yeah? And the moment I take a tool, it doesn't matter which tool, the footsteps are gone. It doesn't... You can take any tool, the footsteps are just gone. And the moment you release the tool, the footsteps are there again. I've already reported this, but it's not fixed yet. Also, this is something I think differently of. If you press E, then the whole engine turns green. That means that the whole engine is alright. You did everything you can do at the engine. But even if the engine misses parts, it's still going to turn green. Because every part just turns green regarding the... Or wait a minute, wait a minute, let me check something first. Engine, Oh, the engine is 100%. Okay, well, let's take out the dipstick. Let's take out the dipstick. I just want to try something. So we take out the dipstick and you press E. You see, the engine is still going to turn green. And that shouldn't be done. So when you press E, you see the status of the engine here, or the tanks over there. But the status only talks about, or the status only tells you, so the color only tells you something about the paint status. So here the engine, the only thing you can do is derusting it and then sandblasting it. The moment you've done that, it's going to turn green. The same for the tank. If I'm going to derust all those parts and sandblast them all, it's going to, and then primer them and paint them, it's going to turn green, even though there are still parts missing. So the color and the status doesn't really tell you something about the overall mechanical status of the tank, but it tells you something about the overall paint status, I like to call it. It's derusting, sanding, primer and paint. So here you press E and it says, okay, the engine is green, it's alright, but it's not alright, because there is still a part missing, the dipstick in this case. Now, I don't think that the engine should turn green when there are parts missing. That is a crooked view on whether it's alright to mount in a tank, yes or no. Because if I mount this engine in the tank without the dipstick, that is possible. You can mount the engine back in the tank without the dipstick. But at the end of the road, or at the end of the trip, it's going to tell you, hey, your tank is not 100% done. And then you have to start searching what is not done. And you can easily do that by going to the tank analysis window. And then here you see all the percentages. And then you would see all 100% except for the engine. Then you click that open, you go to dipstick, and the dipstick would say 0%. And then you know, okay, I have to mount the dipstick. But opening the back hatches, the engine hatches, opening them to add the dipstick to the engine is not possible. You have to remove the engine again and put it on an engine stand in order to put the dipstick in. Which is not very logic. I can't imagine that in the Tank Museum Bovington, in their workshop, that they are going to dismantle a whole engine just to put a dipstick in. The dipstick is meant to check the oil level. So I can't imagine that you can only check the oil level by demounting or disassembling complete engines. Alright, let's start doing this job. What are we going to do? Are we going to do it the easy way or the hard way? Let's just do it the easy way. Because I want to do a lot of tanks today. I want to find that Panzer 3J and Panzer 4G. So I'm going for the lazy way, and the lazy way is not disassembling the whole tank, but just working on it as we speak, as it is. This is really the lazy way. It shouldn't be possible to do this, to be honest. I'm pretty convinced that every mechanic working in Bovington, if they would have a way to work on tanks like this, like I do right now, they would be pretty happy, I guess. Then they can do 2-3 tanks in a day. this is absolutely not logic, but hey, it is what it is. These things, the toolboxes, are only replaceable, so I do have to take them off. And I have to outsource those. The same with the towing cable. They still call it a rope. I think it has to be renamed to cable. It is a steel cable after all, and not a rope. You're not going to tow a tank with a rope. Hey, new name! New name! Coffee? 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 Of course. Never start the morning or the morning stream without coffee. Just never start the morning without coffee, period. I should put that in front of the camera, huh? Arrow's Realm. Yes, I have my own coffee mugs. How are you guys doing this morning? We are really doing it the lazy way here. This is lazy way 100%. Okay, we are going to get in the inside in a bit. I just want to open this and look at the inside. I always like to go to the rail inside, the inside of the turret, the inside of the hull. I always do that by jumping from one crew member's place to the other. And if I want to see if it's alright on the other side, I jump to the commander's position. And then I can still jump to the loader's position. Then I'm at the other side of the gun breach. It looks quite alright here. Looks quite alright. Let's go to the hull inside. And that looks alright as well. Let's go to the outside again. Okay. Let's sand this thing. Again, people, this is the lazy way, 100%. Normally, I take a tank apart completely. And when you do take tanks apart completely, then you will find yourself like working 1 hour, 1 hour and a half at the same tank. Which is actually quite nice and how it should be done if you want to learn a bit about how tanks are put together. I do the same. I now go to the inside driver. Thank you. See, because there are always parts that you can't reach from the outside. Then the hull, go to the commander's position. Apparently my middle mouse button is having issues sometimes. That means that it's going to be time for another mouse. I don't even know if what I'm doing right now is actually necessary to meet the requirements the client asks us. That's the upside of having the tool belt. When you go to the upgrade panel, that's an advice I give everybody. First, use your reputation points to go as fast as possible to the tool belt. When you have the tool belt, you have all your tools on a belt at your body, so you don't have to go to this table every time to pick up tools. You can just swap them by using your middle mouse wheel scrolling, as you can see. I'm feeling sick. Okay, let's have a look at what the client asked us. We need 31% repair, and oh my goodness, we are already at 64. I did way too much. So we are going to put the tank back together, and that's it. Right? Yeah, right. Let's put the tank back together, and we're never going to talk about it anymore. Yeah, put the old parts back. I don't care, mate. I don't have that part. That doesn't matter. They don't ask me. This is weird, isn't it? This is really weird. This is how the tank looked like before we started working on it. So we are going to put all these things back. There we go. We are going to put the turret back on. I don't really have to walk over here, but okay. Up. And we're going to put the engine back in. Up. And we're going to check. Required assembly 92%. And I have 91%. Okay, so I need one extra thing. That is also weird. I need just one extra thing to put on here. Oh my god, what is wrong with my... Seriously? Damn it, mate. A tension mechanism. Okay. Tension mechanism. And we are working on a KV1, right? KV1. Tracks. Okay, not tracks, wheels then. A tension mechanism. And it's this one, right? Check out. This is the shop cards they were talking about. Then you have an overview of all the parts you bought. Or you are going to buy. Sorry. Oh no, 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 no. The game is crashing. Ah! This game never crashed on me before. Oh yeah, baby. This game never crashed on me before. This is the first time ever that the game is crashing on me. Okay. Let's go to the chat screen. I'm going to restart the game. This is the first time that the game is crashing on me. Really. First time ever. So what did I do? I ordered a part, I checked out, and the game crashed. Crash. Order part. Check out. And then crash. Let's try to reproduce that. Let's see if when I buy another part, if the same thing is going to happen. And don't tell me that oh, there we go. The game takes forever to load. Game really takes forever to load. That is... Sorry developers, it's not trash talking your game, absolutely not, otherwise I wouldn't be playing it, but the loading times are killing me. The loading times are so killing me. You know what I mean? You see what I mean? The loading times are really, really killing me. In the meanwhile, you can check your messages, you can check your email, you can check, oh, messages of the missus. That is something we have to check, otherwise no food tonight. Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit. Shit. Oh my god, the game didn't even save my progress. Are you serious? Is there no autosave anymore? Fuck. Where is the autosave? I heard people asking on the Discord to give us the option to disable autosave. But that is not in there apparently. Still, I have to redo everything again. Oh my goodness, seriously? Now, that is something I don't like. I have to redo everything. That is something I don't like. So everything we've done so far is down the drain. There was no save whatsoever. No autosave. It's also the first time that the game crashes on me. Really. First time ever. Oh, we are having the same scenario here. It's accepting. That is going to cost me 28,000 and a half. Yep. You see? And this one is going to cost me $26,000 if I finish the job before it's actually repaired. Oh, 27. Okay. We have found a thing. Oh, this is different than what I was doing. Okay. Accept order. And let's hope it's one of the two, the Panzer 3J or the Panzer 4G. Let's go outside. Yeah, that was the first time that the game crashed on me like this. Really. Strange. Okay, here we are. I have to check some things here as well. Apparently, people asked for a better drone guidance system. I don't really like that. I don't like the fact that some people think this is, everybody is free to play the game as he or she wants. Let me be very clear about that. But some people think that this is another game. Treasure Hunter Simulator. Treasure Hunter Simulator is a game, I have it as well. It's actually a metal detector simulator. And some people think that this game is exactly that. And it isn't. It really isn't. But okay. So some people asked for a better guidance system of the drone. And you can add... What the fuck? Okay, he goes to the last marker. So this is something new. Normally it was one marker and the drone went there. That's it. But if you put more markers, then apparently the drone is going to... Oh my goodness. The drone is going to the last marker you add to the tablet. Let's see what he's going to do now, actually. And now? Come on. What are you going to do? Apparently he's stuck. Yay. Okay, it doesn't really work, does it? It's weird. It's weird. But what I'm doing now is something the game isn't built for actually, but still people are asking for it. They scanned the whole freaking area to find these things. Like here I found something apparently. I didn't find that many collectibles yet because normally I don't do this. This is a waste of time. It's a tank mechanic simulator, not a metal detector simulator. But okay, so people asked to have a system in which they can to have a system in which they can add multiple points so that the drone goes from point to point, but apparently that is absolutely not working. That is just not working. Which is weird. It's weird. It's really weird. I'm telling you. It's really weird. Apparently the drone only goes to the drone only goes to the last position you click on. And it doesn't go to any other position. So this feature is not working. This feature is not working. And normally when it arrives here, it should go to yet another point I've clicked on. But it's not doing that. See? The drone arrived. Normally the drone should go to the next point, but it's not doing that. So the drone is still working in the same way as before, only you can now pinpoint different locations on the map, and the drone doesn't do anything with it. But okay, let's put the drone right on top of this. We are going to have a look if I can find something there which I didn't find before. My quad is parked out here, so we have to go. We will see. I'm stuck. Seriously? Yeah, I'm stuck. I'm stuck! Normally there was a way to reset. Return to the mission area. So that is not working whatsoever, as you can see. You know what? Let's just... Come on. Drone. Let's just go here. That is the whole reason why I don't do this normally with the drone, scanning the whole map, because then you get things like that, return to the mission area, blah blah blah. And the whole point of the game is finding tanks. Hey Brady, hello there buddy. No, you're not going to find my specs, mate. Right now it's even possible that you are getting lagged frames over there. But that is all because of the game. The game runs way too heavy. Way too heavy. Oh, and we found a tank. Can you imagine? It's always in the middle of the circle, or at least for me. So let's drive there. Let's see what we can find. Did you know that you don't even have to do this? Why is my quad driving on the side of it? Oh my goodness. This is terrible. Did you see that? I drove on the side of my quad. Normally you don't have to drive over there. You can do this the easy way as well. Really. You can just right click on the map, dig, bomb, ask for an excavation, and that is exactly what's going to happen. Where is my drone? Over there. Now we are going to ask a dig. You right click on that spot. No, left click on that spot. Not a suitable excavation. What? Dude. I do have to work with the shovel now. Oh, nice. Better. So the drone is there. Oh, but I get it now. Up. Maybe it's because I didn't put a marker there yet. Let's have a look. The marker, yes. Dig, yes. On the marker, bomb. No. Hey. They changed something? Really? Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Where is my shovel? Hello. Interesting. How are you there? Everything's Brady. Should be here somewhere. I should find something here. And it's getting dark. And return to the tablet and call the excavation crew to extract the tank. Wow. Let's just do that. There's no reason, they say. Hello. Unbelievable, isn't it? This area you have selected is not suitable for the excavation process. Reason: there are obstacles in the area. What? Alrighty then. This is also something that changed. Normally, earlier when this happened, when your quad was in the way or whatever, you could just do the excavation and it dropped your quad or jeep on the nearest position on the road. Apparently now that doesn't happen anymore. They changed something here. Oh my goodness, and now my shovel is in the way. Oh no! So the developers definitely changed something here. Ooh, look at this. Ooh. Ooh. And where is my shovel? Hello. Ah, here it is. Oh, where are they? Come on. This is a coincidence. Normally, well, it doesn't happen a lot that I find extra things with the tank, to be honest. Now I'm really excavating the tank. This is part of the tank. This is definitely part of the tank. And the machine guns are just in the tank. Oh my god. Let's go back. I found my shovel. And let's ask for the excavation. Now it should go. Come on. Alrighty. We have found something. Seriously? Oh, look at that. And these are the machine guns that they showed there and there. There is even a machine gun just lying on here. In the tank, mate. In the tank. Question is, where the hell is my excavation? You know, normally there have to be lamps around here, and oh my god. Normally they have to be lamps and a crane and a water pressure thing. But apparently it's not here. Yay! F's. Well, we can work around that by just doing this and put it on the trailer, or wash it first. There we go. And now I can put it on the trailer. And it stays in the ground. It stays in the ground. And it stays in the ground. I don't know what is going on here, but that whole The whole game is bugged here. I don't know what happened. I never had issues like this. Never. So I don't know what changed, but this is not how I want my streams to be. Trying to make some advertisement for the game, and then you get things like this. Let's see, reset tools. Maybe now I do get the game is completely crashing now. Yeah, the game crashes.
Standby.
Sorry, that wasn't meant to be, but the game is completely crashing on me. That means that I will have to redo everything again. Because I didn't save. Oh my god. Devs, what have you done? Devs, oh devs, what have you done? Devs, oh devs, what have you done? Today you oh, look at this. Hey there, Dragon. Hello, buddy. Yep, with changing my scenes, I forgot to unmute my mic. Sorry. So what I was saying basically was, the game never crashed on me like it's doing today. That is something completely new for me, a new experience. A crashing game. How are you, Dragon? It's really an off-road adventure here. What I was saying as well is maybe the crashing of the excavation has everything to do with the changing of the drone scanning experience. People were asking the devs to add multiple waypoint system to the drone. Sure. And maybe that is the reason why the game now crashes on excavation. I have no idea. How is ATS going? ATS is going very well, my friend. SES Software finally gave me a reason. Okay, this is definitely bugged. This is so definitely bugged. Look, everything that has to stand around it is not there. This is so definitely bugged. I can't even save the game from here. So when you're at an excavation, you can't save the game. You can only save the game probably. Oh my goodness. It does clean the tank. The tank is cleaned, so that is working. Now, nope, and that is completely fucked up. And now I want to go back to the workshop, and that is not working. So SES Software finally gave me a reason to play ATS way more than before, and the reason is the Mac Anthem. The Mac Anthem is one hell of a truck, and by far my favorite truck. Okay, and now the game is completely crashing now. Not yet. So it seems that we can't dig out a tank. Nope, I can't go back to the workshop. I can't dig out the tank. I don't know what's freaking going on here, to be honest. I can't take my shovel. The whole game is crashing. It's not working. It's absolutely not working. I'm still trying to fix my internet. Oh, are you? And now the game crashes completely. Okay. It's done with doing excavations. This is not good advertisement, is it? This is absolutely not a good advertisement. Not a good advertisement. I'm going to let them know that there is something completely wrong. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is not good, is it? It's absolutely not good at all. How are you doing with the lockdown? Oh, we're doing great, mate. It doesn't have that much of an impact for me personally because I'm always home. I'm always behind my computer. I'm always playing games. But it has a huge impact for my wife, who goes working and who does the groceries and such. We are all alright, wife and kids. We are healthy. That's the main thing, I guess. And yeah, we are alright. How about you, buddy? For me personally, it doesn't change that much. Um, I'm sorry, excuse me if I'm a bit. I'm talking with the developers. I wish it over because I'm fed up with it. Yeah, it's these times are not funny, of course. These are not fun times. Um, this is something we never dealt with before, or at least I never did. And hopefully it won't be necessary to have to deal with it again in the future. It's not over yet. I do understand for a lot of people that it's way more impacting their lives than for me, for instance. And yes, that is probably not that fun. But we have to stay strong and get through it. And eventually, we will overcome the whole thing. I will. Okay, developers are asking me for my save file and output log.txt. I didn't have to do it that much, so I'm not just a changelog. The changelog I can find in, oh, they didn't pin it. No, not changelog, what am I doing? Output log. The output log is in the application data. Let's have a look. I will be right back there, guys, but in the game, but we have to solve this, right? My girlfriend can't get a job and the lockdown is on. Yeah, it's weird times for everybody, mate. And unfortunately, we will have to deal with this for quite some time still. And a lot of things are having an impact on your life, your work situation, everything actually. Local low degenerals. Local low degenerals. Tank mechanic simulator output log. This is the output log. And then the save game. Oh, where is the save game again? X, Steam apps, common, Tank Mechanics Simulator, Tank Mechanics Simulator data, streaming assets, saves. Too large? Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? So we have our next tank to work with. Custom save. Okay. Just a second, guys. Oh my goodness, my save games are even too big to send them through Discord. Wow. Just a second, guys. Not going to stop the stream for this. I'm talking with the devs in the background. And we are going to try to get this fixed. But I can't send my files because they are too big. But then one of them is telling me compress it to the max with WinRAR. I do use WinRAR, but how do you compress something to the maximum? I mean, compression method or dictionary size? Do I have to change something here? If I just compress it to... Wait a minute. Let me try something. I will be right back. Compression method, maximum or ultra? Oh, here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got it. So now I should be able to send them my save files. There we go. There are 2 save files. One custom and one auto. Okay. Back to the game. No, not yet. I'm just going to take a small break, toilet break, to be honest. A small toilet break. Hey, Mark Whittle. It is I, lead moderator. I have appeared. Hey, Mark. How are you, buddy? So, I'm going to talk with you in a bit. I'm just going to take a small toilet break. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Stand by.
And we're back. Hey, Mark, I saw you there on YouTube as well, buddy. How are you, mate? How are you, lead moderators? So I'm sorry, guys, that once in a while I'm away. Like now, I'm checking Discord. I'm private messaging with the developers. Yeah, the profile name is still the original one. Continue. Can I find it somewhere? Not really. Wait a minute. Can I see that on the tablet maybe? Somewhere? Yeah, tank mechanic. There it is. Alright, and now back to the game for the trillionth time. I'm fine, stayed away for 2 days. Awake? Why did you stay awake for 2 days? Hey Dark Tracks, hello there buddy. How are you doing mate? Need some help with the renovation. Okay, renovation. First of all, I want to check if I have one of the tanks that I still need to do according to my achievements in my scrapyard. Maybe I can find one of the types over there. So I have to keep an eye open for the Panzer 3J and the Panzer 4G. Well, quarantine really messes up your sleep. Does it? Yeah, a lot of people are like in vacation mood, aren't they? Just fine, mate. Just have a 5-minute break at work. Oh yeah. My wife had to start working again as well. Look at this, a Panzer G. Here it is, mate. I have a Panzer G ready. And the other one is the 3J. Oh my goodness. These are the 2 tanks that I need. Oh my god, how is this? Look at the bolts and the track pins. Oh my god, look at the bolts and the track pins, mate. What the hell is going on here? Oh yeah. That is weird, mate. That is just weird. All the track pins are still here. Oh la 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 la. All the track pins and weird things. Let's move this tank to the interior and workshop pit 2. Okay, and this one I can sell that one, yeah. Bye bye. Let's see. So I have the 2 tanks that I have to renovate still standing here. This is the 76 to do. In the meanwhile, we are going to take everything we can take. What I'm doing right now is collecting the crafting parts. I'm collecting crafting parts. That is what you need in order to craft your own parts. And then at this side you can always find tank racks. There is a KV2 over there. KV2, and the other one is hiding a little bit. Oh, it's a T-34-85. Yes, I already have that one. So, but here you can actually buy tanks. You can buy it if you go to the tank analysis window. At the bottom you have a button, buy tank. Okay, we have all the crafting materials we can collect now. Every time you go outside you can do that again. So there are two ways in getting crafting materials. That is this way, going outside and take the crafting materials from your scrap metal. And you can also convert old rusty parts, but also new parts for that matter, and convert them into crafting parts, for which you have to pay, of course. Okay, the Panther, oh no, that was, it's this one. This is a renovation project, and the Panzer 4 G, yeah. This is a renovation project which we are going to do, what we are going to do right now. First things first, let's put the turret on the turret stand over there, and the engine on the engine stand over there. And the developers are now in the background. Just a sec. Okay. The developers are going to try to reproduce the bug that we had earlier at the excavation. So, we are going to do this the long way. I'm going to take this tank completely apart and look at the bolts and the pins, mate. Oh my god. Now we are going to take this tank completely apart. Do you need to do this to renovate the tank? No, you don't need to do that. You guys know already, if you watch my streams for Tank Mechanics Simulator, that there are two ways in doing this. An easy way and a long way. And I'm doing it the long way. When it's a project that has to end in my museum, then I like to do it the long way, and that means taking the whole tank apart. And now I learned something. I didn't know that for the Panzer 4 G, the fuel tank was at the side here. Wow. Okay, that I didn't know. Probably the achievement is not lying. Maybe I didn't renovate this tank yet. Although, I thought I had them all already. In the end, you're going to do a lot of the same tanks, because there are only that much tanks in the game, right? The devs are, by the way, working on brand new tanks. I didn't do this tank yet. I don't think so. Though the achievements are not really lying. The only thing that is kind of weird at the achievements, if you look at the achievements, is that they are saying, those that are not unlocked, that they are saying 10 out of 10, 25 out of 25, even though you didn't do them yet. But that is information I'm going to share with the devs after my stream. Need to start with the front. And the back. And then I can take away the middle part. Again, do you need to do it like this, like I am doing it? No, absolutely not. You can do it completely the easy way, short way, and just start derusting, sandblasting, putting it in primer, all that. You can just do that without taking the tank apart. But when it's a tank I didn't do yet, or I just feel like it, and it's a tank for my museum, then I like to do it the way it should be done, and that is taking the goddamn tank completely apart. The only thing that is missing at the game then is the ability to restore or repair separate parts at the crafting bench. That would change into crafting slash repairing bench. That would be awesome. If we could repair separate parts from the tank on the bench. Exactly the same way as Plane Mechanics Simulator works. In Plane Mechanics Simulator, you have to take parts to the repair bench and repair those parts. It's really nicely done in that game, and it would be nice to have that in this game as well. I'm getting private messages from everywhere. Now on Steam itself, so let's have a look. Just to let you know, 1.37 is out on ETS. Thanks, buddy. I do kind of know, but okay. Thanks, buddy. E ETS2 1.37 just got released apparently. I was already playing 1.37 through the public beta. I always play public betas of the game. Looking around properly is the key to really take the whole tank apart in order to not miss anything. Okay, Commander. Gun breach, first the gun mantlet, then the gun breach. Hatches. I think I got everything now. This part doesn't want to come loose now. Strange. And the gun mantlet, and then that other part is gone as well. Oh, still like something over here. Here. Hoppa. That still needed to go. And the toolbox can go as well. And I think, yeah, this is everything. Then the engine, we have to take the engine apart as well. So again, what I'm doing here is really doing it the, not going to say the difficult way, but the long way. I'm taking a tank completely apart, and then unfortunately I will have to outsource the parts to get them restored, because you can't do it yourself. If you take the tank completely apart, you can't repair or restore the parts yourself. You have to outsource them, which I'm going to do here. I think I took everything apart that I can take apart. Yep, and for the tank itself as well. Although it's still strange that these pins of the tracks are still hanging here. It's really strange. And that is something a lot of people have. It's first jump, then pressing forward. And the tank is completely stripped. Everything is completely stripped now. Alright, so first thing what you need to do now is outsourcing all the parts that we took off the tank. So we are going to do that right here. Select all, and I have new parts as well. Wow. Select all and outsource repairs. Then you can choose whether you want it just sanded or primered as well or painted as well, and the price is going to change for each step, of course. The more you ask, the I do. The more you ask, the more you're going to pay. And then you can see the condition bar going up until the end, completely green. Okay. In the meanwhile, let's see if we have some missing parts. Oh my god. I can't see that from here, of course. Because now everything is missing, right? Everything is gone. But that is not the way to check that, actually. I'm missing parts, let's see. Except, what would it... Hell no. Are those really all parts that I didn't take off the tank? No, indeed. I didn't take this. He's just showing me everything now, right? Just everything? Or is that really only the missing parts from before I dismantled the tank? Let's buy everything. Meanwhile, we can derust this hull. Normally that is all done in one. It's only the hull, so yep. And the same for the turret. It's going to derust the turret completely. And we can sandblast it. There was still a little part, and which part is that? Flywheel cover. Oh yeah, to crank the tank up, mate. Yeah. To crank the tank up. Let's put it in primer. And let's put this one in primer. It would be nice that it doesn't work like this, just aiming at one point and it's done. It would be nice that the painting part also worked like in Diesel Brothers. In Diesel Brothers you really have to get over the part bit by bit, just like you would do in real life if you paint a car or tank or whatever you would paint with such a paint gun. This is part of the... maybe I... Wait a minute. Oh no. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Let's put that thing back on. Okay. Now this whole tank is done. If there are people who have questions, don't hesitate to ask them. I will try to answer them as good as possible, and if I'm not able to, then maybe somebody else from within the community who's watching can help you out, or we can ask it at the developers, which are kind of in my ear right now. I'm in private talks with them. They want to try to reproduce that bug with the excavation that we had earlier. Okay, so the tank is painted. We can now put all the parts back on the tank, and I'm going to start with the engine, which I forgot to derust and sandblast. And let's put this baby back together. Again, this is the long way. I like to do it like this, and that is the way you learn something about the tanks. Even though the engines and other things don't look exactly how they would look in real life, in other words, they are not that detailed yet, still, you pretty much learn in big lines how the tank is actually built and put together. And once in a while you have to shout at the dogs. Bailey! That is really such a retarded dog, mate. The fuel pump hoses, air filter cover. We're going to put the pulleys back on. Exhaust pipe on the right and an exhaust pipe on the left. I'm getting private messages again on Discord, so I think that... Ah! Oh, buddy. Oi! You survived? Nou, zo dat moest zijn eigenlijk. My wife just got home from her first day to work again. And it all went alright. And that client, she goes cleaning at other people's houses, and she was pretty worried about the whole thing, you know. You still have to keep your distance 1.5 meters. You have to wear masks if you are close to each other for a long period of time. But the first client she did today was wearing his own mask and was keeping at least 2 meters distance, etc, etc. So her first day at work was quite alright. Why is that pulley floating here in the air? I don't get it. I don't get why this pulley is floating here in the air. What is that? Holy shit, that is something that... This is wrong, isn't it? That pulley is just floating here. That is just plain wrong, mate. Where does that pulley come from? I know where it comes from. It's from a part within the tank, but we have to assemble it on the engine. But that doesn't look natural, does it? Because that pulley is just floating here. Actually, that pulley has to be mounted somewhere in the tank, and then when the engine is in, you can add the 2 belts to it. It is weird. It is weird. I'm going to take a screenshot of this and I'm going to try to explain that later after the stream to the developers. Let's narrow here, then narrow here, and a narrow here, and then some text that goes with it, explaining it. That pulley should be assembled in the tank, not on the engine. Oh, engine. Doesn't look natural. Pulley is loading. It would be more logic assembling the pulley in the tank, put the engine back in the tank, and then adding 2 belts. Hoppa. There we go. Just going to have a quick look at Discord. Okay, people are asking me how I got the title or the rank contributor on the Discord. Everybody that's on the official Discord of Tank Mechanic Simulator can see that I'm contributed to the game. Even more, if you go look at the credits of the game, my name appears in the credits as well, just like all the other contributors and moderators. I got the title in the early stages of the testing phases in the game, and me and some other people got the title because we were since day one pretty involved with the project and we contributed a lot to the project. And for me that started with creating tutorial videos for the game in the early beginning, and the developer saw that my efforts and they chose to give me the contributor status, and that never changed since then. Well, we contributed a lot to the game by creating videos, but also by thinking together with the developers and kind of working alongside them with ideas and brainstorming and suggestions and bug fixes and yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. And that is how I got the title contributor. I'm not the only one, of course. We are with a few. We are definitely with a few. I need to get out of this view. So those with the contributor status are people who were already around since day one of testing. And the developers even... I didn't know about that. I only learned that a few weeks ago. that I'm actually mentioned in the credits of the game, just like the other contributors and the moderators on the Discord server. That's actually kind of an honor that they mention us in the game's credits. It also sounds a bit cheesy, but it is what it is. I'm proud of it. That is what I like about the game. I was already into tanks way longer before this game came to be something. And I learned a lot about tanks through different kind of games I played. Back then, 4 years of World of Tanks, and then later a little bit of War Thunder, but I gave that up at that moment. I'm going to retake that soon. Yesterday I installed it again. I already got some new people on my community Discord who want to run with me in War Thunder. But I already learned a lot about tanks just by playing those games. I got interested in tanks by playing those games. So the first one was World of Tanks. Then I started to read articles about it and following everything from the Bovington Museum, for instance. And more I learned about how tanks are actually put together and built, and what purpose every part of a tank has. And I have to say, this game, although it's not 100% detailed, it surely gives you a nice view about how tanks are built, how they are put together. Okay. We're going to start with maybe with the inside. Let's start with the inside. Driver's side. Gearbox main body. Together with the transmission shaft. Cooling water outlet, which goes all the way to here. Which goes to the brake drums. The levers to steer this damn thing. Gearbox shaft. And pedals, 2 of them. The way this is all put together is actually how it is in real life. Fire extinguisher, ammunition box right behind the driver's seat already. I'm going to switch seats to radio operator now. The whole MG, although there is no MG in here right now, and that is something you have to do. Guns, you can add guns to the game, and a lot of people are asking how can you add guns or machine guns to the tank. or they are asking for that feature. But it's already there. Only it is not as intuitive as you would think. And I mean, you would think that it appears in the assembly mode, the mode I'm in right now. But that isn't true. You have to be in the disassembly mode in order to work with machine guns and to put them back at the tank. It's kind of silly, disassemble, but you want to assemble the machine gun. But for now, it is what it is. So you have to be in the disassembly mode, and then you can add guns to the gun ports. I will show you in a bit if I have a gun that fits in there. Then I will be able to show you how it's done. Ammunition boxes. As you can see, those are ammunition boxes. Here are ammunition boxes. There are ammunition boxes. Here behind the driver's seats, ammunition boxes. So you were pretty surrounded by ammunition. Now you can, or you can think of what happens if they ammo rack you. If an enemy shell penetrates the tank and hits an ammo box, and the whole damn thing explodes and you are nowhere to be found. Hey dearie. Hello. Let's work at the back first. Let's put the fans back in, who are actually put in the tank. Oh. Diagonal. I put in the tank diagonal. What am I doing here? Oh, no. That's the back of the tank. No. Engine cover? Oh, no. Radiator goes in. Radiator cap. Auxiliary generator. There are a lot of parts. That are underneath everything. First the bracket and then the generator would be logic. That's the outside. Exhaust pipe. That's the outside. That's also the outside. Cooling water outlet. This is one of the more difficult tanks to put together if you took them completely apart. It's easy to forget to install certain parts, like for instance this fuel hose, and then we have the batteries here still. Battery, there only one battery. Okay, that's from the outside. That's also the outside. I think we pretty much, that's the outside. I think we have everything done here. Not 100% sure, but we will know if we put the engine back in. Let's put the engine back in. You see, if you press E, the whole tank is showing green, even though the tank isn't put together yet. So the green is just telling you something about the paint status of the tank, but not about the, oh god damn it, but not about the mechanical status. Let's put the engine cover back on. I hope I didn't forget anything. I really hope I didn't forget anything. We will see later. Let's see. The engine is 100% done, so we didn't forget anything like an oil or a fuel pipe. Everything is done. Nice. But I did forget engine covers inside. The engine covers are in now. Let's install the exhaust. Auxiliary exhaust to pull tanks to cable. gearbox cover, and here we do have a couple of bolts to tighten. And the sprocket wheel. Sprocket wheel cover that needs to be instead of sprocket wheel. Bogies. Bogie wheels. Roller wheel. And this is something I learned today. I didn't know that to get this baby fueled up, you have to be at the side of the tank, right here. Fuel tank cover. That is something I didn't know. But I didn't. How far are we to the back of the tank? Not. It's in the middle. On the inside, I didn't see a fuel hose. Ah, here again, fuel tank. Yeah. I didn't see a fuel hose leading there. But then again, wasn't the fuel tank at the side of the tank over that length? It is possible. I would have to check that with the transparent view. The mud guards and a jack. Now you see, if you do it the long way, then it takes quite some time to put a tank back together. Which is only logic. But I wish there were more bolts to unscrew or tighten again. And that was the case in the early days. Unfortunately, that got lost in development. All of a sudden, that was taken away. All for the purpose of people not being able to complain about the amount of bolts that they have to unscrew or tighten, that matter. It's like the tanks are glued together. With metal glue. Two components glue. Messages are coming in. Have to check them in time, because if it's the developers asking me for something to do or to check out or whatever. So the problem we had earlier with the excavation, I got confirmation from the developers that a lot of people are complaining about it, and they tried to reproduce that bug, but they weren't able to. So now they ask me the output log and my save games. So with my save game, they should be able to reproduce the bug. I wonder why that one pin stays in green and here the same. So this pin and this pin are going in the tank simultaneously. So I only fastened one, but those two keep highlighted because you didn't fasten them yourself, if you know what I mean. I think we have done everything. Let's have a look. Fuel system. We still are missing. God damn it. We were still missing something. And a shelf. Fuel system. Fuel tank cap. Oh yeah. That's on the inside of the tank actually. But we have that on the other side as well. Somewhere. Not on the other side. here and here, so on the inside. There we go. Fuel system done now. Yes, everything is done. The whole tank is done. So let's put this one back. And the whole tank is done. I have my Panther Kampfwagen 4 ASG completely done. In disassembly mode, you can open and close hatches. In disassembly mode, you can actually mount MGs. You left click on the part, you left click again, and then the prop panel opens up. And if you have the guns, then you can put them in. But I don't have the guns. If I would have had the proper gun or machine gun to put in, then it would be shown in this prop panel. Well, I don't have a gun to put in here. So we need machine guns to put in this tank. This tank is completely done. If we are going to have a look, 100%, everything is 100%. So this tank is now worth $93,309. Oh, we're going to put this tank in the paint room first. Move it to the paint room. Change a little something. Camo. Let's give it a German-ish camo. German, I said. Or just leave it grey. Reset. And then decals, that is something else. We can put decals on it. This is way too big, so we are going to downscale that. Yep, here we go. On this side and on this side. And we're going to put tank in a regiment. Let's see. Going to put it. Let's put the eagle on it. And the eagle is also on. Let's put the eagle there. There we go. Fly. And we have our German tank. Although, one thing missing. There we go, German flag on it, and now we can put it in the museum. Move, museum placeholder, yeah, position 12. And now it's going to okay. And this one we are going to sell. Hoppa. First, I'm going to save my game. Third save game. And let's go to the museum. Where am I getting messages? Ooh. Now the developers are trying to reproduce whatever what was going on. Righty, and now we have that beautiful little tank over here, and my decals are not on there. Oh, seriously. Where are my decals? I did press apply, and my decals are not on there. Wow. That is not funny. Thank you. Once I come from 4 of G. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. But again, shit, mate. And the moment you come in the museum, look when you turn around how it's already better. But the game rendering can't follow my movement. So I am going to take this tank back and put it in the paint room. I do want those decals on it. Hmm? Huh? Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Finally. So I do not know why these decals weren't there when I brought this thing to the museum. Strange. So I did press apply. So I wonder why when I move it back to the museum, the decals don't stay there. Let's check it one more time. Let's go to the museum. And while you're waiting for the game to load, you have time to eat something.
As I travel through the mountains, walking through this wasteland, my eyes are fixed on the horizon, holding on to what I am, all alone out in this world, through the darkness I descend, my eyes are fixed on the horizon.
And the decals are gone again. And it has nothing to do with the fact that I was using decals that I made myself, so from my mod, because the German cross, that one, is an original one, a default one, and that's also gone. So there is a bug with the decals, unfortunately. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to end the stream. The developers are talking to me, they are asking me stuff about that bug, but I can't go back and forth while streaming. Although it's going to be boring for you guys. So I'm going to end the stream here. You will see me back again probably tomorrow morning. Then I will go on, hopefully with a bug fixed version of the game. And hopefully we can go for an extraction then. So for now, I want to thank you all for hanging around. The stream is going to be published as a video on my YouTube channel, so if you want to look back to it, you can. You can also find all my other Tank Mechanic Simulator videos on my YouTube channel. The link is down there, down below, in the lower left corner. And yeah, that's it for today. I wish you all a nice afternoon and evening, and see you all later. Bye bye.
Transmission complete.